welcome back to the circus. Okay, I was not planning on filming another video today, but let me just, before we get... Hi, welcome back to today's video. No, in all seriousness, I was not planning on uploading another video today, but Gabby Hanna's sister has made TikToks about me, and I was like, let me watch these and let's talk about it. So, if you're aware, Gabby Hanna, but there was a story that we were covering, that everyone has been covering, about Gabby Hanna's sister, Charissa, coming forward about Gabby Hanna allegedly stealing her art for her poetry book, and we covered that story, and in my opinion, I covered that story in a very respectful way, more so than I feel like I've ever been in the past, especially with Gabby's stories. So you know what, I covered that story, and it was a really big thing that was happening, and Charissa, the sister, commented under my video and was like, thank you for giving a voice to whatever I'm saying, and all like this, and even like that, I'm like, I'm not on your side, Charissa, like, I'm literally on none of your sides. Like, whenever there's so much drama that y'all sisters are publicly putting out there, I mean, it's very reminiscent of your older sister, Gabby, but whenever you're putting that out there, I'm a channel that does daily updates, so I'm gonna see that and cover it. And a big issue that Gabby's younger sister is coming at me for is that, you know, I'm not giving the full context. The full context is your family history. I'm not going to, whenever I'm doing a 10-minute long video on a drama update, give your entire family history on it. If you want me to, maybe we can work out a documentary and we can work out some payment scheme and it can be like a sponsored post or something. Like, we don't keep that logic with any other YouTubers, so why are we going to do it with Gabby Hanna? And a big thing I'm going to get to is, like, y'all are doing this online. Charissa is making these posts about Gabby Hanna online, and they're getting like 4 likes. So none of the sisters, or Gabby, which Gabby's not doing, have to interact with this. But whenever you are all releasing statements on each other publicly, we're going to talk about it. If it takes us a second to talk about the next update from the next one, it's because we all have lives. It's because we all have lives. This is the young sister who's called, I think, Cecilla. Like, we all have lives. We're not going to do daily updates. And so your argument to me is I'm not giving the full story and I'm being biased by just reading out what Charissa said. Yeah, because I'm giving a daily update on what Charissa is saying that Gabby Hanna stole her poetry from. And nothing more than that. So basically, we had it out on Twitter, we had a little argument, and I'm going to read you back and forth of that argument, and then read you out the TikToks that, we're going to listen to the TikToks that Gabby's sister, the younger one, made about me. And I think people were literally coming into my DMs like, why is she making these videos about you? She's literally allowed to make these videos about me. She's allowed to say what she wants. She's allowed to make these videos on her. If I'm able to do it, she's able to do it. Come on, let's, like, even my audience, let's hold the same standards. She's allowed to speak what she wants, and I'm allowed to respond to it, and she's allowed to respond to what I'm saying. So, let's get into it. Did anyone have Adam fighting with Gabby's sister on their fucking 2021 bingo? So basically, I posted on my Twitter, in regards to my Gabby video, saying, not Gabby Hanna's sister, commenting, please, this is so messy, about the Charissa, the older sister, Charissa, and she said, thank you for covering the issue regarding the theft of my art. Again, in no way is Charissa paying me to do a video in her defense. My video was talking about Charissa, the older sister of Gabby Hanna, was saying that Gabby Hanna stole her poetry and stole her art, and then the rest of my video was basically saying and opening up a conversation about the issue of art theft and concept theft. Watch the video if you want to watch it. Literally, in my opinion, I did that video very well. And I've done bad videos, so like I can compare it. And so then I said, never mind, there's more comments, literally being like, Charissa is like on it in my videos, like there's no need for this. She can't pay me, she's going broke about Gabby, basically just other comments, and it's just like I'm not Charissa's friend, I'm not Gabby Hanna's friend, I'm not Cecilla, the younger sister's friend. I'm literally not tied to any of you, and I don't owe you anything. If there's something out there in the internet, like everyone else, I'm going to comment on it. The reason you're responding to me is because, to the younger sister, Cecilla, is because she responded to me in the past, and you know, I felt bad for her, and I changed the title of my video that she didn't like. So obviously, okay, are you not coming for anyone else who's covering this? Because literally, no one is covering your entire family history in a thing, which is you being like, oh, it's so one-sided. All of your sisters are having an argument online. Like, please evaluate. Like, we're not the ones at fault here. Why are y'all, you know, there seems to be, you know, like, sort this out before coming online about it. If me or my brothers have an argument, I just don't text them for a couple days. I don't DM drama channels. I don't argue with drama channels back and forth. I don't leak information and to Charissa. I don't lick up their ass. I don't do all this, or Cecilla. I don't make TikToks about them, or I don't, you know, in regards to the family situation. You know, I either talk to my brothers or I bringing it online. Gabbie Hanna is not bringing it online right now because Gabbie seems to be the smartest one in this situation, where it's like, why would they respond to the sister who's talking about Gabbie stealing thing, who has like 4 likes on their post? You know what I mean? Okay, so let me just read you some of these tweets before we get to the TikToks Gabbie's sister made. So, Gabbie's sister responded to my tweet saying, Adam, you continue to talk about my family, but you never add context or the information. Even though in my video, there was it, there just wasn't the one that you want. Right? We're the same age, we can talk, come on. You already did this once and we had a conversation about it, so I think you do things differently this time. I'm gonna read you out my response, but I don't owe you anything. I don't owe James Charles anything. I don't owe Shane Dawson anything. I don't owe any of the people I talk about things. I'm not a journalist. I literally do tea videos. I see something, I talk about it. You wanna get the news, go to CNN. Like, this is not the... If you're gonna bring it online and you're all public figures, and Cecilla, you're a public figure because you're a verified TikToker. You're more a verified person than I am. I'm verified on YouTube, you're verified on TikTok. We're both public figures as well, which is why we can talk about each other and other can talk about us. So the argument of, you know, not bringing the family into it, the family are bringing it online and they're public figures, except for the ones who aren't, but are still releasing big statements on this. So, as someone who reports on drama, it's your job to be informed. Well, I was informed about the Charissa situation, just because you wanted your side read out, which I literally filmed a video on. I literally filmed a video on it yesterday, and then I got all these tweets, and I'm like, okay, let's save this video for a second, because the tweets are continuing. This is how it works. The update was coming about you and your older sister responding to Charissa. So I said, my job is to give daily updates. I'm not tied to the Hanna family in any way to require giving your entire family history. Someone comes forward, I talk. Charissa came forward, I talk. I think my video was pretty good as well. Someone comes forward about that person, I talk. It's not my fault your family is beefing it out on the internet. And then someone said, shout it, Adam. And I said, the entitlement is unreal from the entire Gabbie Hanna family. And I stand beside that. You know, the sister says, like, he was calling me entitled. I stand beside that. You can call me entitled. I think you are in this situation. You're expecting a lot of me whenever I'm someone who gives updates, and the update that you wanted was coming. Reading out someone coming forward is not being one-sided. It's reading that story. Expecting every single detail to be updated in real time as they do it, which is something we talked about at the start of the video. Today I'm filming on the sisters coming forward about the other sister. So this is what we're dealing with. The sister coming forward about the other sister who came forward that day against the other sister. It's like, how is anyone expected to keep up with this timeline? We're not. Y'all can barely do it. Keep in mind they're choosing to do this online. And then I continue, and then she continues to say, you know, remember that initial tweet that you continue to talk about my family? And then I quoted her and said, we had a conversation about this, so I think you do things differently. She said that to me. And I said, I don't owe you anything. Stop being messy on the internet if you don't want to talk about it. That goes to all the sisters. And I have a real big problem with that quote, that we had a conversation and, you know, you should have done things differently, or I would have thought you'd done... You're not threatening to me the same way I'm not to you. We're just on the internet existing. You're bringing this mess, you and your sisters are bringing this mess. You literally just text each other. Why is this being done online? In my video, I literally state how weird it is that the family drama is being online. But you know what? It is. Other people are talking about it. I'm allowed to talk about it too. Okay, you messaged me back in summer that you didn't like that I titled one of my videos, Gabbie Hanna's sister, like, drags Gabbie. Okay, you commented on my video and I immediately changed the title to be nice to you. That's not gonna happen this time because I'm literally talking about one of the sisters coming forward against Gabbie. Regardless of what my opinions are on her, I'm covering that story the same way I'll cover the story about your older sister coming for that sister online. Okay, continuing on. So people were saying, like, you could always just, you know, make your own videos on it, to the sister Cecilla. And she said, I did make my own videos, and yes, if he's gonna report on it, he has to report on it all. That's how it works. That's not how it works. I am not sitting down here to do a 3-hour video talking about every interaction your family has had online in regards to this. I'm going to talk about things that are happening in real time. I filmed that video when your sister came forward against your sister. You know, since that, your sisters came forward about your sister, and you came forward about your sister, and your sisters came forward about your other sister online. And it's like, okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to it, definitely. But it's like, okay. So then I responded to, you know, Cecilla saying, I did make my own videos, and yes, if he's going to report on it, he has to report on it all. I'm not tied to any confidentiality. No one comes to my channel for the news. People come to my channel for drama updates. That's what it's been. It was whenever you initially wanted me to change the title a year ago, and it is now. I said, that's how it works when you film recap 40-minute long videos. Address this to the masses who do update videos like myself. This is the same logic with Twitter accounts who do tea updates. They covered that story the same way I covered it. Yeah, people are basically just, you know, agreeing, you know, people are agreeing the word entitlement here, which comes up again from the sister. I stand beside saying that word. Okay, so then Cecilla responded to my tweet saying, okay, yes, you owe me nothing. By the way, I liked this tweet. I thought this was a good tweet. I did like this one. I agreed with you in certain parts. Okay, yes, you owe me nothing, but it is your job to either tell the whole story or say nothing. Obviously, I'd much rather my family drama is not reported on by the internet, but it is very unfair that only half is being shared. Okay, but if we're getting your sister's side and we cover that, and then your side comes out a few days after that, it's not called being one-sided. It's called giving an update on something that happens. I 100% agree with what you're saying on you don't like your family stuff happening online. I get that. But for some reason, you're all doing it online. Even responding from an outsider's point of view to your sister coming forward against Gabbie, who is literally getting zero interaction on her tweets. That's where I'm at with this. And I genuinely liked this tweet because I'm on the same page with you about this. So then I said, I don't know you personally, I don't know Gabbie personally, I don't know the other sisters personally. I am a drama channel, I am not a journalist. I see stuff online, I talk. I'm not bound to any ethics or pro or against Gabbie on my channel. Don't hash family shit out on the internet. And so then it continues, and I said, again, what I said at the start of this video, when my brothers and I fight, we ignore each other's texts for a few days. Not release statements on each other on Twitter and text YouTube gossip sites to, you know, cover each side of the story. Someone said, I mean, you can't put it all out on the internet, your family feud, and then ask people to mind their own business whenever you're doing it, you know, for them to respond. So, I said, in all seriousness and in the most respectful way towards the sister, Gabbie Hanna is a great example of when someone in your family gets well known, not everyone has to be or should be involved in that process. Or, you know, asked to be well known, you know, along with that. Okay, and then I said, does anyone have the updated statements from Gabbie Hanna's sisters, you know, plural, against Charissa, and I can do an update? And all the responses are, stay out of it, don't talk about it. Do you want us to cover all sides or no? So now, let's watch what Cecilla had to say on TikTok. And here's the thing. I feel bad for Cecilla. And I don't mean that in a petty way. It's all being hashed out online from your sisters. And I get that that's embarrassing. When I talked to you a year ago, we had a pleasant-ish conversation, you know, where you were like, okay, I don't like this, my grandma sees this title, and I went, okay, sorry, and I changed the title. But now I think it's just, you were able to see that I changed it last time. I'm not changing it this time because I literally just covered something in that moment. And in my video about Gabbie Hanna's sister, multiple times I say, I don't even know if this is Gabbie's sister, and also phrasing that this is Gabbie's work as well, you know, she should pay her, but I was very fair in my video. So, I don't have any hard feelings towards Cecilla, nor want anyone to, you know, go for her. However, people in her comment section are now using the ploy to make fun of me for the Colleen Ballinger situation, which, again, you knew was going to happen. However, we're both allowed to talk about each other on social media. So the same way I'm not going to get pissed off that your audience are, you know, twisting shit about me, if you have the same logic to me, we're both existing public figures. So let's hear what the sister has to say. Wow, there is a lot on here. Okay, so I think it just started about me maybe today. Okay, here we go. So we have like 3 posts. Okay, let's hear.
Okay, so if you didn't know, Adam McIntyre has made another video about my family and whatever, and it was just like riddled with misinformation, and he was only reporting one side. And I basically told him, listen, you either should say nothing or you should report everything. And he called me entitled and basically shifted all of the blame onto me for bringing it online when it was never me who did so. Like,
There's me.
what? Like, I've reiterated several times that I never wanted this to be on the internet.
I get that.
I was forced to speak out about something that should have never been public, and I'm being blamed for that. It's not entitled to say, hey, either don't say anything or say all of it. Like, what? And the only reason I said anything is because he already has made videos regarding to me where he was spreading misinformation. I was like, this is the second time it's happened. Do your research. Okay. So
Okay, you know what's not entitlement? Because Cecilla is also changing the narrative, which I get it. You're doing it to your own following. Hey, do my audience want to know what? You're literally coming onto TikTok saying that I'm calling you entitled because because of what you just said. Like, you're saying that I'm saying that you're entitled for you clapping back at me. No, I'm saying that you're entitled, and I stand behind this, because you're telling me that I'm spreading one side of the story about your sisters versus you, but then whenever I'm saying, okay, I have a video coming with your side, you're telling me to stop speaking on your name and stop speaking on your family's behalf, even though it's public. So I'm calling you entitled because you just want to get mad at me. You don't want me speaking up against one side of your sister, but no, you do. You want me also telling your side of the story in that argument, which came out days later, which I have no problem doing. And I'm calling you entitled because you're telling me not to speak about the family stuff anymore because I keep getting stuff wrong. So the entitlement is, do you want me to talk or do you not? It seems like you don't want me to talk anymore because then you're able to make an argument that I'm only telling your sister's point of view. But you don't want me telling your point of view. That's where you're entitled. So don't come on your TikTok and be like, he's calling me entitled because, you know, this stuff is online and I didn't want it to be online. I get that you didn't want this online. All of it is online. But don't then tell your followers that I'm calling you entitled because you're now speaking up. I'm calling you entitled because you're getting angry at me that I said what your sister said about Gabbie and saying that I didn't tell the full story. And then whenever everyone's like, okay, so he's going to tell what you said, you're like, stop talking about me. I didn't want this online. So it seems like, and we're seeing this with Gabbie too, and again, have this conversation with me below again, Cecilla. Do you want me to talk about it or do you not? The stuff that's online that other people have been talking about at length. The entitlement comes from you saying that I'm only choosing your sister's side, but then whenever I want to talk about your side, it's stop talking about me. That's the entitlement. Okay? So there's the first one. And now again, all the comment section being like, I'm bringing up the Colleen thing. Cool. It doesn't get to me. Like, because we're both on the internet, you know, I'm doing this publicly, you did that publicly, you responded to me publicly, I respond to you. People are allowed to, you know, come for us in either way in the comment section of, you know, either of our things. This is the internet. You're a verified TikToker. People can come for us. But in this, what's the entitlement? Because I genuinely want to know. Because now, I don't want to talk about what you're saying or what your sister's saying about her because you're telling me I shouldn't be getting involved. But you're telling me that it was wrong for me to say that that's entitled for you to have that opinion of me because I only said your sister's point of view, but you don't want me telling any other. That's the confusing part. But there's another one, so let's go on.
And in regards to my last video about Adam McIntyre, like, I don't want to keep making these videos.
Hold on, wait. This is so off topic, but the, like, accent that she has is really nice. Like, it's, like, kind of, it reminds me, I used to have a friend that was kind of, like, it was, like, really soft, like, Valley. It's, like, different than Gabbie. This is so off topic, and I really shouldn't be. It's, like, a little bit, like, Gabbie's is kind of more LA. This is, like, a really nice, like, accent. It's almost like an audiobook, like, voice. This is, like, weird to include, but, like, she's a really good speaking voice. Like, nice tone. Cecilla, like, you'd be great at audiobooks. This is so off topic.
I don't want to keep talking about drama. I didn't even like dislike Adam McIntyre for any reason, but I just simply.
And I don't dislike you. I'm covering a story that your sister came forward about your other sister. I want to talk about what you're saying, but you're telling me that I shouldn't be getting involved if I'm not going to tell the full story. But it's like, I've already done that video, so what do I do moving forward? I want to be on your side so bad. Like,
he should be better informed.
Because you're my age.
When speaking about something so personal. And he just called me entitled and messy and told me to keep it off the internet. And honestly, I just constantly feel the need to get ahead of everything on the internet, because if I don't, like, everyone just, like, takes the bigger most of it and attacks me for it. Like, I just want all of this to stop. Like, it's just, like, people are completely invalidating me and invalidating the stuff that I went through because it, like, doesn't fit their narrative and because they don't like my family. Like, just don't talk about it if you're gonna call people messy for expecting the full story to be out there. I don't know. And apparently he's making a whole video about it, so I'm sure he's gonna have some great things to say. And
okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Do you get that attitude? You're like, he's making a video, I'm sure there's gonna be great things. So do you want me to make a video or not? Because you are entitled with an attitude. You're literally saying, I'm not covering the full story. And then whenever I say to you that, okay, I'm gonna cover everything else, you're like, he's making a video and I'm sure he's gonna have great points. That is entitlement. You can disagree with me, right? And here's the thing, because I'm yet to cover those things, I had covered about your sister, there's some sort of response on TikTok. I'm now seeing that there's a response from your sister Monica, like a big long statement that my friend Garden Cat just sent me. I'm yet to read that. You know what? I'll make a video on that. And I'm gonna figure out, like, why you're involved in this, if you want me to, and cover that, if that's the full story. This is stemming from me doing a video about Charissa, one of the Gabbie Hanna's sisters, and 3 of her Instagram posts that basically said that Gabbie didn't credit her for work in the poetry book. What is this coming from? My video was so nice. I literally, for it being on that, I doubted Charissa many times in that video. So, how dare you, Cecilla, and I have no problem saying this to you, I thought maybe you were 17, no, you're 18, we're the exact same age. How dare you say that I'm not putting the full story out and, you know, he's only giving one side out. And then whenever you tell me this information and I'm like, right, I'm gonna look into it and I'm gonna make another video, you go on your TikTok and you're like, he's making another video, I'm sure he's gonna have some great points there, being sarcastic. Because it just comes off as how Gabbie does to other people when she gets called out for stuff that the other person can't do anything to win. What do you want me to do to be the best thing in this situation? I'm covering a story about your sister from a week ago that literally, like, I didn't trash you in that video. I focused on her. Like, you were literally so far from being, like, involved in that video from just what I'm being told. Obviously, I'll look into the other stuff now. There's so much publicly out there that it requires looking into it. Do you want the full story, the rest? Or are you going to be like, he's gonna make another video and God, hear what he has to say? And I genuinely don't know what you require from me, because your TikToks, I'm gonna throw another word in, show you to be very hypocritical. Cecilla, I wouldn't necessarily say I liked you. I had no problem with you. I still really don't, but come on, let's be 18-year-olds. You can call me out for hypocrisy if you want. Your 2 videos regarding, and also your tweets telling me to film a video on it, and now you're like, he's gonna make another video. Don't make another. Stop talking about it. What is it? What is it? I don't know what to do. I don't know how you want me to react. Okay. Ta-da! That's the end of the video. Okay?